Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Duck TV Sports. I'm Taylor Foster.
And I'm Mitch Reams.
Winter sports are winding down just as spring sports are warming up here on campus. And we'll have it all in tonight's episode. Mitch, take it away.
The Ducks went to the City of Angels to play USC and UCLA over Valentine's weekend. They split the series with a win over the Trojans and a heartbreaking loss to the Bruins. The Ducks and Bruins are competing for one of the last spots in the Big Dance. They are likely to dip and tango in order to edge past each other and solidify themselves for one of the final spots. The loss to UCLA highlighted a lot of the Ducks' inconsistencies throughout the season. Taylor, what did you notice from this game?
The most glaring inconsistency was definitely on the defensive side of the ball. The Ducks' premier rim protector hasn't been quite himself. As of late, Jordan Bell has been struggling, recording only 3 blocks in 5 games. Before this dry spell, Jordan Bell threw himself a block party for the first 21 games. When Jordan Bell records 3 or more blocks, the Ducks are 11-3. They will need him to shake off this cold spell for the final stretch of the season.
Not to mention, another inconsistency for the Ducks is the charity stripe. The Ducks shot 87.5% in their win over USC, only missing 1 free throw. But when the Ducks rolled 12.8 miles to UCLA, they couldn't duplicate the same proficiency at the line, only shooting 57% in their loss to the Bruins. Taylor, what do the Ducks need to do to lock up their spot in March?
If the Ducks want to edge out UCLA for one of the final spots, they will have to pull out a big win over the Utes. Looking back to one of the Ducks' best performances of the season, their 95-72 victory over Wazoo, where they played unselfishly, assisting on nearly 66% of all made baskets. They also kept control of the ball, only turning the ball over 6 times. This level of consistency on both offense and defense is what the Ducks will need if they hope to make it to March. And switching gears, the women's basketball season is coming to an end. The Ducks have had their fair share of ups and downs this season, but they seem to have hit their stride as of late. Mitch, do you think the Ducks will finish at or above 500?
I believe there's a decent chance of them finishing at 500, but they'll have to take care of Utah and Colorado on the road, as well as beating one of Arizona State, California, or Stanford in order to get there. These are 3 superb programs, which will be a tough task for the women's basketball team. More important than their record is the different mentality that has been installed by first-year head coach Kelly Graves, who the Ducks acquired from Gonzaga. Since a change in coaching staff, the Ducks have shot up from the bottom of the NCAA in points against to a respectable 67 under Graves.
Speaking of Graves, he is working on a stellar recruiting class, highlighted by 5-star forward Audie Gilden. According to ESPN News, she is a top 40 player in the nation. What does Gilden mean for the future of the Ducks?
Gilden is an absolute stud from Gonzaga Prep in Spokane, Washington, and it seems that she is following Graves down to Eugene. She is a two-way threat who will fit great into Graves' defense-first mantra. But those aren't her only talents. She is an explosively athletic forward who excels at creating her own shot. Now, shifting our focus port side, we send it to MacArthur Court, where Matt Ishii has a report on the rowing club's first fundraiser.
It was a monumental afternoon for the Oregon Rowing Club, as the team hosted its first major organized fundraiser since its formation in 1967.
This is the first time that we've decided that if we're going to ask our supporters for money, we need to earn it. We need to do something that's more of a sponsorship rather than just putting our hand out for a donation.
The Million Meter Challenge consists of the whole team coming together to row 1,000,000 meters on the rowing machines. Each team member will sweat it out for however long he or she chooses to, but with a motivated team, it's unlikely the 1,000,000 meter goal will be a problem. Aside from individual rowing, the club decided to implement some team bonding activities. The newly christened Pretty Princess Race put 4 team members together to row a total of 2,000 meters, all while decked out in princess clothing. The funds raised will go towards buying new equipment and funding the team's trip to the National Collegiate Rowing Association Championships in the spring.
It's a huge trip. We have to get all of our boats down there. We have to get everybody on the team down there. We really want to make it affordable.
And although the team faces top-tier competition, Coach Kindorf believes their hard work and dedication will pay off. Reporting from MacArthur Court for Duck TV Sports, I'm Matt Ishii.
Thanks, Matt. Oregon baseball is off to a hot start in Hawaii, and it's not just the sun, but the runs that have them heating up. The Ducks are projected to finish second in the Pac-12, and after a weekend in Hawaii, there are few doubts that they'll be able to live up to those high expectations. All of this is coming in spite of a transition year that has the Ducks with one big question mark in their pitching rotation.
In the George Horton era, it is the first time we are questioning pitching rather than hitting. But Oregon is welcoming back their ace pitcher, Cole Irving. The redshirt freshman underwent Tommy John surgery before the start of last season. His freshman year, Irvin posted a 2.48 ERA and won a school record 12 games, earning freshman All-American honors.
The Ducks obviously will be packing plenty of heat in the bullpen, but another major shift for this team will be the lineup. This year, they'll be welcoming back a core of returning hitters.
We are used to a small ball philosophy under George Horton, but this season, Oregon is ripe with power hitters. The Ducks are returning 5 position starters, including first-team All-Pac-12 players Sean Chase and Mitchell Tolman, who combined for 16 home runs, 48 extra base hits, and 86 RBIs last season. Now, Mitch, pop quiz. Mitch, do you know what Oregon's highest current ranked program is?
Football?
You wouldn't be the first one to guess it, but in fact, it is the Lady Ducks on the diamond who hold the highest current ranking. Oregon softball is ranked second in the nation among preseason polls. We send it to our reporter Bella Manning in the streets to hear what Oregon students know about our softball program.
As the spring 2015 season approaches, the University of Oregon women's softball team ranks second in the nation behind the pitching of All-American Sheridan Hawkins. I talked to students to see how much they know about their softball team. Do you know any of the players' names?
Alyssa Lewis. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Shannon Hawkins, Sharon. There's some girl, like Costa, or no, I don't know. No.
Do you happen to know what the coach's name is?
No. Nope.
White.
Oh, I don't know much about softball. I have no idea.
What's his first name? He's from New Zealand.
I do not know.
Not Paul White. I don't know, Ron White or something. Mike White.
Yep, that's the one. So do you know where the softball team plays and practices?
No, I don't. Is it PK Park?
PK Park?
By Hayward, by Matt Court, I think.
Yes, they play at historic Howe Field, I believe.
Like Howe Field or Howe Field?
Yep. And lastly, can you impersonate a softball pitch for me?
Easy.
Luckily for U of O students, they have some time to learn all about the softball team before their first home game here at Howe Field, March 13th against the Oregon State Beavers. Reporting from Howe Field for Duck TV Sports, I'm Bella Manning.
Thanks, Bella.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Duck TV Sports. Follow us on Twitter at Duck TV Sports.
And check out our blog at ducktv.uoregon.edu.
Now wishing a happy early 21st birthday to my co-anchor, I'm Mitch Reams.
And I'm Taylor Foster.
Cheers, Eugene.